Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I built a 6-foot tall snowman, which inadvertently ended up on the local evening news. So let's get right into it.
That is impressive, and
First things first, let's inflate all of our beach balls. I'm using an air compressor to make it much easier. Next, make sure you have the right sizes. I'm using a 24, 36, and 42 inch beach ball. I'm using Great Stuff expanding foam, and make sure you shake that up for at least 60 seconds. I would recommend foaming outside or in the garage because this can get messy. So there's two ways you can do this, in a spiraling motion going downward or in an up and down motion, but I'll show you both. You'll need about 14 cans of spray foam for this. So we need to work in halves to allow one side to dry. After about a day, flip it over and repeat the process again. This is how it should look like after it's dried. So remember when I told you there's two different ways you can do this? I prefer the up and down motion. It just seems easier for me. But you could also go left to right, back and forth. It's totally up to you, whichever one is easier for you. To make it easier, just put it inside of a box or a bucket and then lightly turn it as you're spraying foam. As you can see, I'm going in the up and down motion, and there's actually spaces in between the foam lines, but all that's going to fill in as the foam expands. If while you're creating the snowman, it's extremely cold or extremely hot outside, I would recommend waiting or doing it inside because foam is affected by temperature, and anything under 40 degrees Fahrenheit or over 100 degrees Fahrenheit might affect the outcome. So now we're moving on to the second ball. Remember, we start in a circular motion in the top before transitioning to an up and down motion or a left to right back and forth motion. Since the snowman is 3 individual balls connected together, you want to make sure you put extra foam at the top areas and the bottom areas so that when all 3 pieces are connected, they're snug and tight. Now we continue with the up and down motion. Again, you could do this side to side, but up and down just seems easier for me. So now that we're finished with that half, let me tell you a tip on how to make your snowman look better. You need to add little bits of foam throughout the ball before it dries. So right now I'm just squeezing out a little foam at a time, putting it here, putting it there, putting it everywhere, because once it dries, it'll have a better texture and better look to it versus just letting it dry with the up and down or side to side motion. So after I let it rest for a day, I turn it over and start the process all over again. So now we move on to the last ball, and as you can see, it's kind of flat on top, and that's because I've added extra foam. This is going to come in super handy when I attach the next ball to it, and it rests nice and easy on top. So now it's time to paint him. I'm using exterior grade latex paint in ultra white, found at any hardware store. Now I'm using an X-Acto knife to carve out holes for the eyes, nose, and mouth. Stick it with some Gorilla Glue adhesive. To attach all 3 foam balls together, use some expanding foam and adhesive, and you got it. Here's a pro tip. In order to keep the snowman standing throughout the season, I used rebar, spray painted them white, and stuck them into the ground right next to the snowman. That way it stays standing. Well, here it is guys, the final reveal. Make sure you accessorize your snowman with a hat and a scarf, put buttons on his torso, and just make it unique and make it your own. This one actually came out to be 7 feet tall when all was said and done. Well guys, that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed the video as much as I did. If you need any help, just drop a comment below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a great day everyone.